The United States has announced a new round of sanctions, which it claims are targeted at third parties that have helped Iran build its nuclear program. As a subject of the latest measures, China is firing back and accusing the U.S. of intentionally increasing tensions with Iran. RT's Rachel Blevins joins me in the studio to discuss these latest developments. So, Rachel, how did the U.S. justify these latest rounds of sanctions?
So the United States Treasury Department announced that it is imposing sanctions on 7 entities and 5 individuals based in China, Iran, and Belgium, and it claims that they have violated U.S. sanctions by providing materials to Iran for its nuclear program. Now, in a statement, the Treasury said its Office of Foreign Assets Control took action against a network of front companies and agents involved in the procurement of sensitive materials for sanctioned elements of Iran's nuclear program. Now, the U.S. did not give any specific details, but the Treasury did say that it condemns what it called provocative actions by Iran, and it said that it will go after anyone who helps to build up the country's nuclear program. So it looks like this could be just the beginning of the sanctions that it launches over this subject.
Well, and it's not really much of a surprise that they're going after this, something the U.S. has threatened before. But how has China responded? We know that they are quick to respond several times to these sanctions. And what's your response to these latest accusations that are coming from the United States?
Well, China is calling for the U.S. to correct these sanctions immediately, and a spokesperson for China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs specifically said that the U.S. should address these issues through dialogue instead of imposing new sanctions in order to force its rules on other countries. Take a listen to what he had to say.
中方一贯坚决反对美国援引其国内法，对包括中国在内的其他国家实施。
China has consistently and resolutely opposed the U.S. imposing unilateral sanctions and so-called long-arms jurisdiction over other countries, including China, according to its domestic laws. We urge the U.S. to immediately correct this wrong approach and earnestly respect the legitimate rights and interests of all parties.
Now, the timing here is notable because right now the European Union is looking to increase support for a barter-type system that would allow trade with Iran while bypassing U.S. sanctions. Russia is one of the 10 nations supporting it, and China could sign on as well, which could create an even new conflict with the U.S.
Well, we already know that the U.S. and China trade war has been going on for a while now, but there are more tensions with other countries, and given these increased tensions between the U.S. and Iran, how is China responding to all this?
Well, it's interesting because China is actually accusing the United States of being responsible for these increased tensions with Iran, and they claim that it's because the U.S. continues to impose new sanctions on the country. Now, as we've seen on Thursday, the U.S. claimed that it shot down an Iranian drone over the Strait of Hormuz, but Iran said it was not missing any drones and that all of its aircrafts returned safely. And as we see tensions increasing in the Gulf region, it is important to remember that not only is the Strait of Hormuz vital for the United States oil supply, it is also vital for China's oil supply. And if a military conflict were to stop oil from flowing through the waterway, it would impact Beijing significantly. Now, China has said that it does not support an increase in Iran's nuclear capabilities and that it wants the current deal to stay in place, but it has also said that in order for that to happen, the United States has to stop imposing new sanctions in order to try to control other countries.
Well, let's hope that this doesn't lead to any military action from any of these sides. Rachel Blevins, RT correspondent, thank you for that report.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you.